takes number 31. Inevitability. Inevitability. So what what's title is? What's title is a very Indrani-san. Nice to meet you, Indrani. So unfortunately, unfortunate situation, a kind of corona will not become better in case of Japan. So it takes you for much more time to just come to sit with us. So would you please wait until the time comes? Definitely time comes. Okay. Betty-chan, nice to meet you again. Okay. So today's text is number 31, inevitability. Inevitability. What inevitability is? The truth of university. Truth of universe. You see, what the truth of university universe is. See, when I face this, you see, it's come out as it is. This is the truth of the universe. You see, wherever you just go, so-called what kind of the universe? What's kind of name of the universe? If you just go there, these things, see, wherever you just go to, these things just happen. See, when you face this, you just become as you face it. This is truth of the universe. This is truth of the universe. So you don't need to worry about wherever you just want to go. You just simply go. Then these kind of things exactly just happen. You see, that's it. That's it. This is inevitability. This is the truth of the universe. Very simple. Very simple. So this is our true self. This is also our true self. You see, this is nothing concerned with what you're thinking about yourself. Totally different. Totally different. You see, what you're thinking about yourself is a kind of a delusion of a thinking, or kind of a creation of a thinking. Never deceived. You see, the truth, fact, or reality is it's very simple. When I just face this, I simply just become as I face. This is the truth of the universe. Only this activity, only this action just happen. Nothing other, more or less. This is only simple. When I face it, when I face this, see, I just become this. This is inevitability. This is the truth of the universe. You see, that is very simple. That's very simple. So this simplicity of the universe, what the Jinen Roshi just the teaching us is two eyes. There are things. See, when the things are the eyes for things for eyes. See, when I face this, things just come out. But you see what the people just thinking about, think of it. See, there is a kind of the what you call the other person or people or the other self. There is a other self. Then things just come out. See, this is a total misunderstanding. You see, okay, what things come out or how the other things come out is, you see, these things, what you call the self, and the things at the same time just happen, or just come out, and then become one, and then things just come out. This is the truth of the universe. No? This is an inevitability. You see, what people think of is there is a kind of self. You recognize this one, and then things just come out. The four eyes, the things for eyes, the sound for ears, and the smell for nose. But this is entirely misunderstanding. At the same time, just come out. What you think about the self and the things, this same time come out and become one. Become one either. This is an inevitability. You see, this is the truth of the universe. Then things come out. So when I just face this, when I just face this one and this at the same time, just come out and then become one, and the things just come out. You see. So before I recognize this, see, this one, what you think about yourself never exists. See, when I recognize this, then this one come out and this one at the same time come out and become one. Then things come. This thing. Two eyes. There are things. The other world, which we call circumstances, not what we thought to be the other world. It's a very complicated expression, but simply is in fact what appears on this one and act itself. It's a kind of complicated expression, but the same thing is, as I just mentioned, see, what you just thinking about the circumstance, environment, just happen on this body. But this body is, I've already just mentioned about, this body is not a human body. This one is not a human body. This is a Dharma body. You see? In this Dharma body, what you're thinking about yourself never exists. This is a completely empty. This means a completely empty. You see? Never deceived. You see? As I just mentioned about, when I recognize this, then what you think about the self just come out. Before recognize this, before recognition, well, before I just recognize this one, never just exists at all. This one is inevitability. This is the truth of the universe. Although it's easy to say, but it's totally difficult to just realize what it is what it is. But only that, but only that. You may be able to just realize, oh, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth of the universe. This is inevitability. See? Wherever you just go, so-called universe, only these things, only this thing, only this thing exists. Even I just said exists, but the thing is even I just said exists, but it just happened after recognition, before recognition, nothing at all. Nothing at all. We don't know the reason. On this one of the cell, who are called human, all the world of others, which is called circumstance, inevitability appears and out. As I just mentioned, you see, without awareness, everything just come out on this. Any activity, any action. See, what you think about human beings' action activity, that's a total misunderstanding. Totally misunderstanding. What we just call the activity or action is universal activity and action. Nothing concerned with what you think about the self. Totally different. To never be deceived. Oh, we don't know the reason. Without reason, everything just come out and then disappear. Without any reason. Then what we call the self recognize death. Then the people, we just try to seek for the reason why it's come out. That's in vain, totally in vain, because everything just comes out without any reason. Just come out, simply just come out and disappear without any reason. You see, then as I just mentioned, then we just recognize that, and try to just figure out what the reason is. But that's too late. The things you just try to figure out is already disappeared. Nothing left at all. Oh, very simple. See, from morning to right now, you have been seeing lots of things. How many? Uncountable. Lots of things just come in your eyes. But see, the things just come out in your eyes. See, the things you just faced right now. The things you just have been seeing, have been just contact, will just gone away. Will they just gone away? See, nothing left. All the things, all the things you just faced when you just see right now. Nothing left. See, sound. See, ears for the sound, or sound for ears, or same thing. See, nose for the smell. Any other kind of six senses. See, totally the same. See? Even the thinking of thought. You have been thinking a lot of things, a lot of things about the things just you are thinking is right now. Only that one. Only that one. The things you have just you have already thought is nothing left. Where did they go? Where did they go? There's nothing else. Already right. The things just happen. You see, just things happen right now, right here. Nothing anymore. Nothing anymore. The things what you maybe just you say, oh, the things just left here, here, kind of, see, in your brain, but that's a delusion. That's a delusion. The things just come out in your mind is the thinking of the thought of right now, right here, not past, not future, but now. There is nothing concerned with past and the future, but right now, the things only what you just called the many things, lots of things just happening is right now, right here. Nothing past, nothing past, nothing future, but right now, exactly right now. What do you think about it? This is inevitability. This activity, this action only just happen. See, nothing more or less. See, but nothing more or less is what you think about. The things just happen, past, the things will happen in the future. That is totally other misunderstanding. Everything just happened right now, right here. That's it. Oh, that's really very simple. But what people just think about, oh, that I've done like this in the past. Well, that's kind of just will happen in future. The people just worried about. Oh, that's totally in vain. Everything just happened. Everything just happened right now, right? That's it. That's it. That's inevitability. That is the truth of the universe. That's the truth of the universe. That's the things Shakai realize. See? Only first person, only first. He is the first person to realize this inevitability, this truth of the universe. Only right now. Only now. If you just, oh, this is right now. That is the past. That is the past. Right now. Right here. Right now, right here. You never be able to just realize. You never be able to realize, no? Because right now, right here is itself. See, this and this itself. Oneness. See, oneness, you never be realized. You never be able to realize the oneness. See, at least this and this one, see, separate. Be separated. Then you recognize this or this. But as long as this and this become one, you never be able to realize which is which because of oneness. You see, itself. So you never be able to just realize which is which. See? So what you think about the self or ego never intervene. You see? This and this. Never enter between this and this. See? Because itself. This activity or this action, you've already you've been just doing it. See, you have been doing it. See, and every moment, every time, what you are doing is this activity, this are the action. Without awareness. You see? Then what just happened is you just, these are the activities, action without awareness. You just recognize then thing says this one and this one just be separated. There is separation between this and this. Then you recognize this, and then you just try to just figure out what it is, what the reason of it. Those things just come out later. But before recognition, you just exactly be as you face it. There is no separation. There is no separation at all. This is the truth of the universe. This is the true ourself. This is our true self. What you thinking about the self is a creation of a thinking of a thought. That's a delusion. Never be deceived. So all the world of others, all the worlds of others, which is called circumstance, inevitably appears and acts on this one. As I just mentioned about this one is what you think about yourself. What you thinking about the human body. This is a Dharma body. Dharma body is entirely different from the human body. You see, these are the Dharma body just installed 6 senses. That's 6 senses. Then the Jinen Roshi just they mentioned about this one is a kind of tool just have a 6 sense. See, install the 6 senses. See, so when you face this, you can just see. When the sounds are coming, even you hear the sound. This is this kind of activity. This is the function. You see, that's one. But those between those are the action or activity. What we just think about, what we think about the self, never intervene, never be able to intervene, never just enter between those are the action or activity. In another word, there is nothing concerned with what we think about the self. What we just think about the self never exists. Never exists. But once you just recognize death, then at the same time, this will just come up. Because otherwise we cannot just recognize the things. At least we can just recognize things. There is two things. One thing is the things being recognized, and the other one is a person who just recognizes. Otherwise, we cannot recognize the things at all. So that's a kind of a trick. This is a kind of trick. So that what's happening is when you just recognize this, then at the same time you just recognize this. Before you recognize this will never exist. That's it. So that's the reason. So that's the reason the Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just recommend us to the Zazen. Only Zazen, you'll be able to just see through this trick. This is trick, the only trick, because of the things as I just mentioned about when I just faced it, I simply just become as I faced it. This is the truth. This is the reality. This is a path. Then almost all the same time, just recognition just come up. You recognize this, and then recognize this, and then there is a complete separation between this and this. Before you recognize it, there is no separation at all. No separation, it's just one. Just one. You're never able to just distinguish which is which because of one. Because it's self. This is a kind of a trap. So you have to simply just see through this trap and this trick. Then you'll be able to just completely satisfy with present yourself. There is nothing trouble once you just recognize this. This is Zazen. So that's the reason we like to just recommend you to the Zazen. See? It's a very simple. See what Zazen is. What the Zazen is. See? Or whatever the thinking or thought just come out in your mind. Simply let's go then off as there. This is enough. This is enough. This is Zazen. If you can just do this Zazen, if you can just this Zazen completely, you'll be able to just encounter. You'll be able to just encounter through yourself. What you just think about the self is totally different from the true yourself. So this is only one chance. Only one chance on occasion. See, on occasion. If you just realize this, see, you have to do it within so-called kind of a life, the human life. It's only once, no more, only once. Only one occasion you'll be able to just encounter through yourself. You see? So that's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha or patriarchs just recommend us to the Zazen, because our true self is entirely different from what people thinking about, what we thinking about the self. That's a kind of what's thinking about what we thinking about the self is a kind of a creation or the illusion of thinking. That is not true. That is not the truth. Entirely different. Entirely different. That's the reason we have to do. Only one thing we have to do in our other life is this. This is to encounter our true self. True self. Only one chance. Only one occasion. Okay. It is called attainment of the way be universal and complete, or the original phase. Now, this is a kind of explanation of what's true ourself is, what true ourself is. See, attainment of the way is our true self. See, but when you face this, you just simply become this. You simply become this. This is the way. This is a Dharma. And this is an emptiness. Whatever you just mentioned about this fact, this reality, but the same, nothing other, nothing anymore, nothing other. That is an inevitability. This is the truth of the universe. Attainment of the way be universal and complete. See what Zen Master Dogen just made the teaching us on the universal recommendation for Zazen. So he said, if you just try to seek for the true ourself, you can find it. You can find this. Be universal and complete. This is our true self. See, complete, the perfect, and the universe, because the universe itself. Universe itself, not what we think about ourselves. That's just tiny, and that's a tiny. If the true ourself is a kind of self, what we think about the self, Shakyamuni Buddha or the Patriarchs never just never try to do a zazen. Never try to do. See, but the thing is, but our true self is so huge, see, universal and complete. See, perfect. What we just think about the self is a kind of tiny, small, the kind that you try to just change it. You want to be just change it. You see? And you want to just change, or you want to be the different. You want to be just different. Because we don't know much about true ourselves. Once you just realize true ourselves, you never just think. You never think of it. You never think of it, because our true self is such a huge. As Zen Master Dogen mentioned about the way our true self is universal and complete. This is our original. This is the original our faith. the original our face is our true self. So that's the reason. Many times I just mentioned how would like to just this. I recommend you to do zazen. Only zazen. You'll be able to just realize what the true self is. You see, only one chance, only one time you'll be able to do it. Okay. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Today's text is so short, although quite much short. But the things, what the Jinen Roshi just mentioned is very useful for us to do zazen. For us to do zazen. At least we'll be able to, we can just understand what the true self is. Otherwise, we cannot do zazen. We cannot do zazen constantly, continually. See? Because so many doubts, so many questions come out in your mind. Then it's just bring you the others, so that at least we should just understand what true self is, even in concept. Then you slowly do zazen. But even some kind of a doubt, kind of a question just come out in your mind. But then gradually you do zazen. It's all right. But continually, constantly, just do zazen. See, never give up. Then the time comes. The time just become matured. Then you'll be able to just touch. You'll be able to touch other kind of part of the true yourself. Then you'll be able to just do diligently zazen. But until this time, you just do zazen constantly, continually. You see, this kind of perseverance does bring you to encounter to yourself. You see, continuing, constantly. You'll be able to just, if you can just do the zazen. Although it's easy to say zazen, but it's very difficult to zazen. Especially as far as the European or the Westerner. It's very, it's a kind of a habitual matter to just think about to feel out the things just coming out right now by thinking or thought. You see, for Japanese, we have a lots of kind of traditional the activity, so-called kendo, shodo, sado, kado. See, it's something concerned with do, the way. Something concerned with the way. So that for Japanese, or maybe Chinese, or maybe Indian, it's not difficult to just understand what the way, even in concept, but Western. Once someone just asked what's a do. So they must just answer the way. So that the question just imagine. See, other kinds of imagination of the road, road. But that's entirely different. See, for Japanese or maybe Chinese, you see, even just we say the way. We never just imagine. We never just imagine kind of a road, but a kind of way. Sado, kado, the kendo, judo, kind of those. So that much are the difference between the Japanese and the Western. But this is nothing quite much the problem or question of you simply just slow or let's go the thinking or the thoughts of as the this is Zazen. This Zazen continually and constantly you just do. This is enough. Because why we have to just throw away the thinking or thought is we just simply recognize what we thinking about, what we thinking of the self in or by thinking of thought. By thinking of thought, before you just recognize what we call, which just thinking about the self by thinking, as I just mentioned, what we just thinking about the self never exists. Never exists. This is a totally misunderstanding. Totally misunderstanding. This is a kind of trick. This is a kind of trap. That's the reason we have to just throw them away as the this is totally enough. Then you're able to just encounter your true self. True self. Congratulations. Okay. So maybe time come. So. See you again. See you. Nice to you. Nice to you. Okay. Hi. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
No nada.
De nada.
No nada. Hi. Ryoko-ki. Is it first time to? Is it first time? I saw this. The reason why you just be interested in a kind of zazen. Have you ever just done zazen?
I'm learning now in kendo with Ito-sensei.
Kendo. Yes. You know much about Shuhei-san. Deshi, disciple. Disciple of Shuhei-san. Right. So if you just wanna be a kind of kendo master, I would like to recommend you to do zazen. You see? You know much about Yamaoka Teshu. Yamaoka Teshu is in the beginning of the Meiji era. There was a super kendo master named Yamaoka Teshi. See, he have been just doing. He just do the he has done zazen the long time. Then they will be able to just they will be able to be them the kendo master who don't need to sword ken. You see, it's not necessary for him to just have a kind of sword or the kind of shinai. Hello. I would like you to be that kind of a kendo master. So I would like to recommend you to do that. Okay, maybe Shuhei-san, sensei will be able to just teach you how to do that. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so if you have a time, whenever you are free, would you please just do zazen? Zazen is a very simple, only just 1 square meter. 1 square meter. That kind of space is enough, and simply say, then someday, I hope someday you'll be just able to encounter through yourself. See, that's the difference you can do. Hi. Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。Muchas gracias. Dankeschön.
どうもありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
はい。
はい。